As we get older, we tend to move less, and our legs tend to pay the price. This can lead to increased risk of falls, pain, or losing your independence.
But the good news is you can combat this with a few simple exercises. We have 5 exercises all fit together, and it's going to get your legs stronger and you more confident.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Good day, everyone. I'm Brad.
I'm Mike, and behind the scenes we have Bob, and together we are the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
In our opinion, of course. And please subscribe because we can benefit from that, and so can you.
And we appreciate it.
That's right.
So we're going to go through 5 exercises. The first 2, I would say, are strengthening or more balance-oriented, and the last 3 are more global leg strengthening exercises.
That's right, and they're specific to that glute max, which has a tendency to be the #1 weak muscle causing problems, so that you don't need this anymore or will not in the future.
So the first exercise we're going to do is called sidestepping. Everyone is going to be at a different level for this. So if you're a beginner or maybe use a walker or cane, you do not feel steady, you can certainly hold on to a countertop, a cane, walking stick, whatever you have available, and you're just going to...
But wait, Mike. These people might say, but why the sidestepping? I don't walk sideways. So, answer that, please.
What we're doing is strengthening the hip abductors located on the outside of your hip. Oftentimes, these can become weak, and if they become weak, this can lead to things like waddle walking or hip pain. So we want to strengthen them.
Yeah.
In order to strengthen them, we have to move sideways in some fashion. So we're going to get some balance and strengthening at the same time. So we're going to do some side stepping. Hold on to something for support if you need to. You can go 10, 15 feet, whatever room you have in your house, and you can do it numerous times. Brad is holding onto a wall. Just don't trip over there.
I almost did trip, actually. But yeah, pick those feet up a little bit. Don't drag them, or you will fall.
Now, if you are more advanced or recovering from an injury even, I've had athletes do this. They take some sort of resistance. It can be a loop band. It can be a big band. It can be cuff weights. And you can do the same thing, but now you have some resistance with the sidestepping, making it much more challenging. And you don't have to hold on if you don't need to.
Right. If you use the bands like I'm using here with the handles, make sure you feel very confident. If you feel a little unstable, go up against the wall. So if you lose your balance, you can just rest like bang against the wall, and you simply go sideways. The band offers resistance. It makes quite a big difference, actually.
Make sure to pick your feet up. Oftentimes I'll see people kind of slide and shimmy. We are not doing that. We are lifting our feet up nice and high. No sliding. That's cheating.
There you go. All right, what's next?
Next is heel-to-toe walking or tightrope walking or tandem, whatever you want to call it. It's got so many variations of names. But it's also a sobriety test if you get pulled over. Not that I ever have, but just saying. So you're going to act like you're walking on a tightrope. You can either find, if you have tile floor, a line that goes all the way across. You can put tape down. You could just imagine. And you're just going to try to walk in a straight line, heel to toe. This narrows your base of support, making it more challenging and makes you work on your balance. If you do not practice improving your balance, it's going to stay the same. So we want to work on it. Again, if you need support, hold on to a countertop or railing when you do this, or use a cane.
Right. Even a wall can be a really good option to hold a wall and a cane in the other hand or a stick. You really need to feel stable with this. If you don't, make sure you're doing this, or don't do it if you feel wobbly.
If you're really good at this and this isn't problematic at all, you can try adding the backwards variation. So going backwards, I mean, you can do it with your eyes closed if you feel real comfortable, but just make sure not to trip yourself. Ooh, this has a challenge just for me, not having my eyes. So
you're probably pretty high level and may not need to do it if you're.
But if you're just
level.
looking for a regression or progression, there you go. Now, the next 3 exercises are more strengthening focused. So the first one is called a glute bridge, or just a bridge. Most people probably know it as. You can do this in bed to a point, but if your bed is very soft, you may struggle with it. So if you're able to get to the floor, you can do it on the floor, but it's not required necessarily. So you're going to do is lie on your back, bend your knees, feet flat on the surface. If you're in bed, you probably don't want your shoes on, but your shoes will help you grip with doing this because you'll see what I mean. So what you're going to do is engage your tummy muscles, squeeze your buttock, and you're just going to lift up towards the ceiling, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then go back down. This is the beginner variation. Some people, if they're really weak, they lift about this high up, and that's it. That's okay. Try to eventually lift up higher, hold for a longer duration of time, go back down. Oftentimes, if your arms are at your side, it can support you more if you feel like you're going to tip over. If this becomes easy, you can take your arms away, put them on your chest. If this doesn't seem challenging either, you can take a loop band and place it above your knees so you're getting a little bit more glute activation, and do the same thing as well. You can do 10 to 15 reps, 2 to 3 sets. And again, I would hold it at the top for 5 to 10 seconds here. And it's really going to work those glute muscles. You can even do this one-legged if you really want to challenge.
There you go. And those glute muscles are so critical because as we age, oftentimes they start to weaken, and it's called gluteal amnesia. It can really cause problems with your walking gait pattern and your balance when your glute muscles get very weak. So it's a really good exercise. We're actually going to talk about more glute squeezes in a standing position to educate those muscles. In other words, get them back into sync with your walking.
Yeah, so you can do this in any position. If you want lying down, seated, or standing, this exercise can be done throughout the day. So you're just going to do a glute squeeze. So basically you act like you're pinching a penny between your butt cheeks, and you're holding it there for a certain duration of time. That could be 5 to 10 seconds. If you're like me and a weirdo, you're going to hold it for 60 seconds. But do what you want. This is going to just help activate the glutes, and when you're walking and standing, it's going to engage them more, which is beneficial to taking pressure off any joint issues you may be having.
And it can actually help with low back pain. So if you are experiencing nagging low back pain, work with this. There's a good chance it's going to help release that a little bit, or maybe quite a bit. So it's a great option. You can do it seated. Now, This is, you're not going to sit in a chair with wheels on like this, but a kitchen chair or whatever, same thing, you're seated, and you can think about squeezing those butt muscles together. Hands there, you can feel it, but you'll feel yourself rise up a little bit because the muscles are contracting. You'll get about a half inch or so of rise and down. And then actually, sounds weird, but this is a good way to educate and re-educate the mind and the body, is just squeeze one side and then squeeze the other side and feel those glutes working. And there we go. Get some music going and do a little glute dance.
The benefit of this exercise is you can pretty much do it anywhere. I oftentimes do it when I'm just sitting there bored or standing. Maybe I'm cooking, making coffee, brushing my teeth, waiting in line at the grocery store. You know, you could just do them anywhere. That's the benefit of this one.
Do people talk?
They don't really look at me or even know I'm doing it. So, well, that's the beauty of it.
There
Unless
you
they're
go.
staring at your buttock, I guess, then they could probably tell. But
Well, yeah, this is a family show, Mike. Anyways,
buttock.
let's go on with number 5. This one is really obvious. Legs strengthening with the glutes, the quads, and really rounding it all off.
hamstrings, core, everything. It's the lunge. So the lunge is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not optimal exercise, functional exercise.
Functional,
is what I'm looking
comprehensive.
For.
How's
So if
that?
you have to reach down, get down to the ground, do different things, the lunge is very beneficial for that. If you are new, you may want a foam pad for this for your knees. If you have sensitive knees.
You can use a pillow too.
Or a pillow, and you can hold onto something for support. If you really don't feel comfortable, some people just do partial lunges like this. Maybe their feet quite aren't as far apart, and that's maybe where you begin to feel safe. You want to make sure before you go all the way down, you are able to get down to the floor and back up, or you have someone there that can help you with that. Again, holding on to something for support, whether that be a bed, a railing, whatever you have, is a good option. And this lunging exercise really strengthens a little bit of everything.
That's right. Really want to emphasize, if you haven't done this before, do not think you're going to go all the way down, because if you get down and you cannot get yourself back up, or you have knee pain, something comes up, it's not a good situation. So just a little bit, just little baby lunges to start with, and gently. You see, I have something in this hand and on this side, so I can assist with my arms and gently work yourself down. It may take you a couple weeks before you can go down to touch your knee and back up. That's fine.
Just do 5 reps on each side to begin. If you're more advanced, you can do 10 reps or more. You could do lots of variation of lunges. You can hold that position the whole time when you're doing it. I would just say a lot of people, what they do wrong is they bend forward like this, and then they try to get up. The benefit of doing it this way is you're actually going to stretch on the back leg and your hip flexor muscle, which is beneficial as well. So make sure to do both sides. You can do them that way. You can do them actually standing in place and going forward and then coming back. A lot of people used to freak out about your knees going over your toes. However, after talking to Ben Patrick, it's quite a normal motion and you do it all the time when going down the stairs. So as long as it's not painful, it's fine by us.
Right. If it is painful, just don't go that far and take your time. Over a period of time, you should be able to go further and further. I do like to alternate because it's more like a functional thing.
I think lunges are functional at every age. I do lunges and I work out. I mean, I hold weights and I do it, but it's challenging and fun.
You do them in your sleep too, I bet.
Yeah, I do them in my sleep. I lunge to the bed.
All right, very good. 5 exercises. Go through them. Once you get used to them, you'll find out it does not take very long to do 10 repetitions of each. Take you about 7.5 minutes at the most. You know, as you get better, it'll be less than that.
You don't have to do them every day. You could do them every other day, whatever way you can incorporate this into your routine and stay consistent with it, because if you want to build up that strength, consistency is key.
There you go. And you're preaching to the choir, is that the term?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, we can fix just about anything except for
a broken heart, but maybe this next video will help. Oh wait, it's on leg strengthening. Maybe not.
It all fits together. 3 leg strengthening exercises every senior should do. Have a good day.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.